West Brom v Wolves, January 2024, FA Cup, 4th round. The scenes that marred this epic cup match hadn't been seen for many years, as supporters of West Brom rioted after Wolves fans were spotted celebrating in the West Brom home end. The pitch was invaded by angry West Brom fans who attempted to get at the Wolves fans in the Halford Lane family enclosure section of the ground, which is adjacent to the Birmingham Road home end. Police and stewards were attacked after they apparently tried to rescue the Wolves fans and move them to safety. The Albion fans were having none of that and congregated at the stadium's corner end to vent their anger at the Wolves invasion. Police reinforcements were brought in from outside the area. 6 people were arrested at the match, 1 for threatening behaviour with a corner flag. Even before the game, flares were lit and supporters goaded each other in an atmosphere described by one police officer as the worst I've witnessed in my career, and that was before the riot. We have 2 sides to our story. First is West Brom Section 5 member Tom, who told us, "We hate the Dingles as much as we hate the Villa. In terms of trouble between us, the last time we were in the same division was the 2021 season where, due to COVID, no fans were present. And before that was the 2011-12 season, including the infamous 5-1 thrashing we gave them to end Mick McCarthy's reign as manager. So like many other Baggies fans, I hadn't actually ever experienced a Wolves match, as in 2011, I was like 9 years old. The build-up was intense with social media boasts and a lot of goading. So by the time of the match it was fever-pitched, at least from our end it was. As a Premier League team, they are obviously more confident, and turned out they were right. But we had our chances and on a different day and all that. Anyway, there were rumours that the Yam Yams had gotten hold of tickets for our end, and there was a video posted by one Wolves fan showing his ticket for the Halford Lane end, which is by the side of the Brummie Road, our end. So feelings were already running high. The Section 5 boys were all in the east stand next to the Wolves in the Smethwick Road away fans' end. When their second goal went in, it all kicked off. Some Wolves fan was spotted celebrating in the Halford's Lane end, and some Baggies went onto the pitch by the corner to remonstrate about him. The stewards tried to smuggle him out, but they and he were attacked by some Baggies fans. Then more Baggies arrived from the Brummie Road, and it descended into a near riot. At the other end, the Section 5 boys were trying to get at the Wolves, but were repeated thwarted by the stewards who had been left to defend that area by the cops, who diverted to the trouble at the Halford's Lane end. It was then 40 minutes of complete chaos, the likes I have never seen at the Hawthorns. The West Brom fans were evil that day, pure evil. Of course, it didn't help when you had fans like me, who had never experienced a Black Country derby before, totally pissed out our heads, thinking we are invincible and all that malarkey. The club didn't help by giving extra tickets to season ticket holders. I reckon some were sold to Wolves fans, hence some of them being in our end. I reckon there were dozens more, but they kept their heads down. Good job, really, as they would have been massacred. I've never seen Albion fans that angry before, never. One old bloke who looked like Jimmy Savile actually attacked the Wolves guy first. He was punching the guy while the stewards were trying to shepherd him out. He ended up on the pitch giving it large to the Wolves fans. Then some women came on and nutmegged a steward. The players even went into the Halford's family section to get their wives and kids out of the trouble. That's how bad it all was. I think the match was held up for about 40 minutes. At the other end, the Section 5 boys were having their own battle, mainly with the stewards, but also some police reinforcements who had been brought in. One guy got hit with a baton and had blood oozing from his wound. Flares were being chucked into the Wolves' end along with bricks and bottles. I mean, it was complete and utter chaos, the likes I never saw before and probably won't see again. After the match, everyone was up for it, but the police kept the Dingles in for about 4 hours, so everyone got bored and went home to sleep off their headaches. And all because Wolverhampton isn't really in the Black Country. Oh, I hate Dingles so much. Wolves, an ex-Subway Army member Phil told us. They make me laugh, the Albion lot. They call us dingles. Yet West Brom and Smethwick is a much worse dump than Wolverhampton. Don't get me wrong, you wouldn't choose either if you had a choice, so I can't be too snobby about it. But the Baggies lot don't really know where they're from. Are they from West Bromwich, Smethwick, West Birmingham? It's all very confusing. I don't know if they're in the West Midlands or Sandwell County Councils. No wonder they are all confused. Very different set of fans, although only 8 miles apart. If you ask a Wolves fan if he's a Brummie, you get daggers and a swift retort. Ask a Baggies fan, and you'll get a confused look and a shrug of the shoulders. The next main road to the Hawthorns is Soho Road, which is Handsworth, Birmingham. That's how close they are. In fact, I would defo say they are from Birmingham. Oh dear, that must hurt. Anyway, the FA Cup match showed exactly what I mean. One Wolves fan was silly enough to get a ticket for their family enclosure, and they all kick off over it. It's pathetic. Hundreds of Jimmy Saviles trying to get at one Wolves fan. It really was an embarrassment for the club and the fans. I was in the Wolves away end, so couldn't really see what was going on at the time, but having watched it all back on the telly, it was even more embarrassing. A Jimmy Savile lookalike attacks one lone wolf, backed up by hundreds of Saviles, that's our new name for them, who attack the lone wolf and then turn on the police. All looked handbags at 10 paces to me. Down at our end, the Albion lot got a good hiding off the police for trying to invade the pitch several times, throwing flares and bottles into our end and all that. One bloke got his head battened to pieces. It was all quite funny, really. At no point did they make a concerted effort to actually get to us, which I thought they could if they really wanted to. It was all glist and glamour, all show and no danger. I felt more worried at a flu jab from the doctors. After the match ended, there wasn't any Albion fans about, but a massive police escort. Never seen so many police in my life. A great day out and a famous win. The Cunha celebration, the Hawthorns belongs to us, was the icing on the cake. But oh boy, those Albion fans sure showed themselves up. What a bunch of muppets. Can't wait till we play them again. Our thanks to Tom and Phil for their recollections. It's clear that there is no love lost between these hostile rivals, and our findings are that this is one of the most intense derbies in the country. In fact, the book by renowned author Paul Gratis rates this derby as the 5th most hostile rivalry in the country, behind West Ham v Millwall, Arsenal v Spurs and the like. It appears that only a few Wolves fans were in the Albion home end, but that was enough to create all this havoc, the likes of which haven't been seen for many a year. I believe West Brom were indeed fined £30,000 by the FA for not controlling their fans. I'm not sure how much more they could do, really. Lots of stewards and police, and of course a 12 o'clock kickoff to boot. Although I am told many pubs were open from 10 in the morning, which probably didn't help. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share, comment, like and subscribe, as it really helps our channel grow.